Hey there, this is Manu and welcome to my channel A Handful of Art. Today I will be showing you on how we can make a lovely layout. But before we start with the actual video, do hit the bell icon and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already to never miss an update from us. So in this layout I have used a lot of dressmaker supplies like the dies. I have the motif sheets and I also have used the punches. All the products used have been mentioned in the description box below, so if you like anything you can straight away go ahead to the link to purchase them. So I would be using the Be Mine paper collection from Dress My Craft, and I would be first choosing the papers that I would require for my layout. This paper collection is all about, it gives you a very Valentine feel, and this paper pack would be perfect for using in your Valentine's projects. So let's choose the papers first. So I have picked up a dark colored paper for the layout and the lighter shades for the top portion of it. I am now doing the first step in the project and tearing off the papers that I want to lay on my project. The idea behind here is that I want to do a lot of layering with the paper packs itself and see how the layering goes. So I would be tearing up bits and pieces in the 12 by 12 size only to make the front of my layout. So if you see now that in the polkas and the heart pattern paper that I picked up, I am adding a little floral touch over there with picking up a pattern paper that had a few flowers. So this would add another focal point in my project. Another very vintagey touch and the grundy touch that I like to use in my project is distressing the edges of my tone pattern paper. So you can see the difference when you do it yourself, that when you place the non-distressed pattern paper as compared to the ones where you have distressed the edges. I am using the vintage photo collection, the vintage photo distressing by Ranger, and you will definitely see a very subtle effect when you do the distressing on the pattern papers, and this adds a very uniform look and it really gives a very nice feel to. So now I am choosing the other elements for the project, and I think that this couple would look very nice on the project along with a few flowers and the Eiffel Tower. I also want a little foliage around my template, so I would be cutting up this flower cluster, and I would also be picking up two 6 by 4 photo mats from this striped paper and the paper beneath, that is the gray color paper. So these two 6 by 4 elements would act as my placemats to be placed around my layout, and also the couple and the Eiffel Tower would be the focal points around these. I also think that a little punch would add added interest to the project, and I would be using the circle chain border punch and punch a little uh, pattern paper to be placed up somewhere in my layout. I'm not sure where I would be placing it up right now because I would see how well the embellishment goes and everything, and then I would be placing, but I want this ready so that whenever I will put it to use I have it ready with me. So now I will start with the placement of the elements on my layout. I'm not sure how will I be placing all the elements, but uh, a little mixing and matching and see what goes where will really help. So if you're a beginner, what you can do is while you're trying to place your objects, you don't need to glue them down. Just place your various objects here and there on the project and see what goes or what goes very well at what place. You can also place a little twines or some satin ribbons beneath your focal elements. This gives a really lovely texture, and also a little stenciling would add to an added interest, would be an added interest to your project. I always try to use the double-sided, the foam tape, or I use some cardboard beneath my focal elements to, you know, make it a little level up with the base of my project. My apologies, this is taking a little extra time because my glue gun is giving me a little problem today, and the glue is not coming out very properly, so I know I have to hold it with both my hands and press it down. So I am now placing another floral cluster at the top of the photo mats that I want. So once I'm satisfied with the base structure, I'm now pulling out more embellishments. These die cuts, these are cut from the motif sheets. These motifs, what I normally do is, what I prefer doing is that I cut all the motifs from the motif sheets and keep it in a paper bag. So I don't have to cut it at the last minute, and sometimes I really don't want to work. So this is what I do. I go ahead and fussy cut all the motifs from the motif sheet and keep them handy, so this way they're available whenever I want to use them. So now I would be placing all my motifs around my base photo structure, and let's see how it goes about. So, a little tip here that when you want to start making a mixed media layout, try to imagine a little final product that you would want to achieve in your project, because mixed media is really very overwhelming, and there is no definite pattern, where to start, how to start, but the focal point, or no, the end point here is, you should know where to end your project. So you should always keep in mind as to when you want to stop, because there are a lot of elements and you can keep on adding and adding and adding all your elements and layouts, and I'm sorry, not the layouts but the motif sheets. You can add a lot of colors, you can add a lot of no embellishments, but the key here lies in the fact that you should know where to put an end, put a stop to your mixed media project, and that you know that your mixed media project looks nice now. So this is the point where should we stop it now. Another element that I really love to incorporate in my project is the chipboards, or the chipboard elements. And this hexagonal shape is from a brand called Mudra, and I really love their chipset, and I make it a point to incorporate these into my project. For uh, they're very nice, and the chipset really enhances your project and gives it a very uh, you know different kind of feel and look. My projects can never go without a few flowers, so here I am adding a few prima flowers, and I will also be adding a few rose buds by Dress My Craft. The two smaller rose buds that you see over there, they are from Dress My Craft, and I really 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 love them. So right now I think my project is very good looking with all the embellishments. So I am now adding the finishing touches. I am adding no stamped. I'm stamping a little quote which says, "You, this love story means the world to me," or something like that. This is from a brand called Technique Tuesday, and a little stamping here and there really captures the whole essence of your project, and this really elevates your project to another level. Now, generally, when I add a little stamping to my layouts, I prefer doing it with a lot of grungy lines or something. But this quotation, this story means a lot to me. I think goes very well with the whole essence of the layout, that is the Valentine themes that I've chosen for the project, and hence I have picked up this stamp to be the focal point for the stamping over here. So I am now using a little lentice powder uh, to give a little color to my project, and I'm spraying it with the water so that the color just reacts. And this is a little pinkish shade color, and I really love this color, for it gives a very subtle effect to your project. It is not very loud, it is not very low in showing off, but I think this shade that I have is a perfect one that I have chosen. I had picked up three dyes to go along with this project. One was the alphabet dyes that Dress My Craft had released, a set of 26 dyes from A to Z. I have cut that in the Be Mine words. I also have this tag dye from Dress My Craft and the I Love You dye. So I had all of these three dyes, but I was not very sure which one to use. So I am over here seeing, and I will be placing all the three dyes to see which one suits the best for my project. So I think the I Love You dye suits a little more because I liked it for its cursiveness and the continuation that this particular dye has. I think it would really make a great dye for all your Valentine's themed projects. So it's time for the final embellishment to give it a little nicer look and feel. I'm using the soft gloss gel, and I would be adhering the yellow sunshine beads, the yellow sunshine sequence, and also the white pearl beads onto my project. The last step I like to do for my project is adding a little white splatter. I am using the white acrylic color and creating a little splatter all across my layout. The splatter creates a lot of interest, and it really combines, it really gives you a perception that your layout is complete and it is uniform all over. So in this project I have used the white, and I will also be using the distressed black stain to give a little black splatter all across my layout. So I hope you like my project, and I'm sure you would pick up one or two tips and would try out a project of your own. So do leave me a comment on how you liked it, the video process and everything, and I would get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.